Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Bullpit Lane, where the Saints have gone down to a 3-1 National League South defeat to Hungerford Town. For the neutral, Ian, it was at times a very good game to watch. It was open, first half highly committed, the second half Hungerford got on top and they took their chances.
Yeah, I think Hungerford got on top. I think it was quite even until they got the second goal, and then it really opened up from that side of it because we had to go and chase the game. And then they got I don't know whether it was a penalty or not, but obviously some of our players didn't feel it was a penalty, but unfortunately you've got the little man in the middle has made a decision. So that's made it 3-1 very quickly after going 2-1, so it made it difficult for us to get back in the game as quick as we did. We've still got to create 3 or 4 chances in the last sort of 15-20 minutes, but I felt until they got the second goal it was quite even. For me, we should have been sort of in front by half time. We had 2 or 3 really good chances by half time, which we didn't take, and in the end we've been punished because we haven't played enough football in the right areas. I think we've overplayed on a pitch that's quite heavy. It wasn't made really for good football, so it was about trying to turn the opposition, and I felt they turned us better today than we turned them.
At first half we showed the fight and determination which was possibly lacking on Saturday, but all we had to show for it was a penalty.
Yeah, and we've had enough chances. I think you've seen 2 or 3 chances. We've had a couple go across the face of the goal. There was a couple of decisions that again went against us in terms of the offsides. I mean, a couple of them they were saying that Charlie was never offside with a quick free kick we took, and then we've had the one where we've got good possession and Charlie, their guys run into Charlie and they give a free kick against us. So little things have gone against us in terms of that today, but we've had a couple of really good chances. I think Antonio's had a great chance and he's hit it over the bar. Their keeper's made a wonderful save from Tom Gardner's header. And a couple of balls were just finishing around their box and we haven't really got on the end of it. They've actually reacted quicker than us at times. So in the end, we've gone in at 1-1 and as I say to you there, for 15 minutes, 20 minutes the second half, I felt it was quite even. There wasn't a lot in it. They'd never really, apart from one corner where Dean's had to make a good save. And then once they got 2-1 up and then very quickly went 3-1 up, we've had to go and chase the game, which I felt we chased it quite well in the last sort of 15 minutes. Sam's had a couple of good chances, the keeper's made a good save and obviously he's missed the other one.
You made quite a few changes to the starting 11 today and also to the formation. You went for a 3-5-2.
I just think it was just in terms of the personnel we had, in terms of the injuries. Obviously Reece has picked up a groin injury, Tom Bender's picked up a calf injury. Tarek was struggling with a calf, Kieran was struggling with a calf, and now we've lost Charlie Walker with a calf. So at the moment it's one of them spells where we're going to have to just reassess everything we've got. We're going probably the first time since November we've gone through with some injuries which are starting to tell, in terms of had to play Percy as a wing back and Ben Hurd as a wing back, which probably wasn't ideal in terms of that, but we managed to get 2 up front, and I felt the 2 up front first half played really well. I felt it was a good combination. Unfortunately Charlie's had a kick which has made the calf go into a bit of spasm, and he was struggling at half time.
You asked on Saturday for the lads to work a bit harder than they had been of late. First half it seemed to me as if that certainly was the case. Is that something you would agree with? Yeah,
no, I just said to the boys there, I said, I can't come off and criticise any players today for not giving me 100 and 110%. And the one thing on Saturday, I didn't think enough of the players, and I said it after the game on Saturday, that I felt 4 or 5 were short of where they were going to be. But today, I can't criticise any of them players. They've put a great shift in for us, especially 48 hours. 54 hours after a tough game on Saturday. The pitch, as I said, was very, very heavy. It's raining now, we've had rain all day long. But they put a great shift in, and unfortunately, I think sometimes we're our own worst enemies at the moment. We're still trying to play the perfect football match and the perfect passing game on conditions that don't really allow you to do that. And sometimes we have to be a little bit more cruder, but it's been good all season. We've played some great football all season, and some of these players have been outstanding for us, and unfortunately we're going for a little bit of a spell, probably trying to do too much in too many poor areas, and we've been punished for it again today. And it's a shame because, as I say, the players have put a great effort in today. I asked for that commitment, we got it, and we've got to take it on the chin. As I said there, we have to take defeats as well as when we get the wins. It's great to have wins. I'd love to have won the last 2 games, unfortunately we've not. And I just said to the boys there, we've got to stick together in the change room there. We've got to stick to as a group, because I still believe we're good enough to get in the playoffs, and we've got 10 games to go, and we've got to try and make sure we win as many of them as we can do.
We weren't expecting any new faces, Ian, but it was one tonight, as it turns out. Jamie Sendles-White.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it was really when we woke up yesterday morning and we started to get the reports coming in of the injuries that we picked up from Saturdays and the tenderness and the soreness and the stiffness that we had. And as I say, by the time we'd finished by sort of mid-afternoon, you know, we looked like Tarek was going to struggle. I mean, Tarek's done a great job for us tonight, but as you can see, he's limping past us now. His leg's very sore from 2 games in 3 days. David Noble was very stiff yesterday. As I say, Kieran had woke up with his calf very, very tight and tender. Reece Morel had a groin injury, and Tom Gardner was literally ruled out for 10 to 14 days. So we looked at it. Obviously, we had Tom Gardner coming back, which was always going to be a bonus. We couldn't bring Harold back from Wingate Finchley because he's on a 28-day loan, and it's the first loan he's been on, so we couldn't call him back. So we put a couple of calls out there, and we managed to get Jamie in at the last minute, what we signed this morning. So, and I thought he had a great debut. Very unlucky to get booked after 5 minutes for an innocuous whatever it was for. I haven't got a clue. You know, as I say, you have to ask the little bloke in the middle about that. But for me, it was innocuous. It was never a foul, really. I mean, it was a foot up, yeah, but it's not a yellow card. And then he's been really unlucky in for the second goal, because he's dived in. He's made a great challenge, and the ball's ricocheted through for their fella to go home. One thing he did, he finished it, and that made a big difference because that put it 2-1 up then.
Going into the weekend, we thought we had a chance of getting ourselves into a really strong position with these 2 games against Truro and Hungerford. As it is, no points from them. Suddenly it's going to be a lot more difficult running for us.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. But I think, you know, as we've said before, you know, all the teams in and around this league, it's going to be tough games. I've always said it, you know, there's never an easy game in this league, and if you look at our record against the teams in the bottom half, it's not great. You know, it's not something to be proud of when you look at our record against the, you know, Whitehawk away, Bognor and Hungerford. We've dropped 4 points to, and that's no disrespect to Hungerford, but you know, you've got to ask the question why they're in the bottom 3 or bottom 4, because obviously some games they don't rise to the occasion, and at the moment it seems every team wants to beat St Albans, but that's because we've built ourselves a reputation. We are in the playoffs, and they're all the things that we have to overcome, is that teams are going to raise their game against us because where we are in the league, and that's why we have to expect that, but we've got to overcome that. We've got to be bigger and better than that, and we've got to make sure that when we get the opportunities we punish teams, and that's what we haven't done really on Saturday. We didn't create a lot, but tonight we've created a few chances, and we could have quite easily gone in at 2-0 up today if Dean doesn't make the mistake on their goal and Antonio's goal goes in. So it's small margins, we've said it all along, but we've got 10 games to go, and if somebody said to me with 10 games to go you're going to be in the playoffs, I'd have snapped your hands off for that, David. So we have to look at it, as I say, we've got to take stock with the injuries now. We've got to give them a few days rest and come in again on Thursday, and then make sure where we are when we go to Concord on Saturday, because you know they're in and around the relegation battle. They're going to be up for a fight and a battle, and we've got to make sure we are. And as I say, and I think you said it in the first half, we was up for a battle. I felt we put a really good shift in. It's just a shame we've given a really sloppy first goal away, which for me it kills us, because I think if you go in at 1-0, maybe 2-0 at half time, it's a different game second half, because they start to get panicky because they're in a relegation battle. They need to get points, they start chasing the game, and we can go and pick them off, and then we can go and obviously get a second and a third, but it hasn't happened that way because we've not been bright enough in terms of the goals that we've conceded tonight.
Of course, on Saturday down at Canterbury Island when we play Concord Rangers, it's a game where we're not going to have to conquer the opposition, but it's also likely to be another tough pitch.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, they was called off on Saturday, and I've looked at the weather forecast from sort of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. It's forecast quite a lot of rain, so we'll have to see where we are with that. That's all we can do. But we've got to learn at times, David. We have to learn to play the pitch as well as the occasion, because certain times today we've not played in the right areas. We've overplayed for me in certain areas, and because the pitch isn't great for football, it's not going to be moving very quickly. It's allowed them to close us down quicker than other teams would do on a good pitch, and we've not been able to break against them and run against them because it's very heavy out there. And as I say, the players have put a great shift in over the last 2 days. It's just unfortunately we've not picked anything up, but as I say, with 10 games to go, maybe 2 years ago when we had 10 games to go, we had to go and win 6 of those last 10. So, and that's what I've just challenged the players now. We've got to go and win 6 games, and it's going to be tough, but you know, there's lots of positives tonight. You know, the 2 up front helped. I know it's obviously not right in terms of the structure we play. We've had to go and play a 3 at the back tonight. We've not had a chance to work on it, but unfortunately with personnel and people missing, there's not a lot we can do about that. We have to build on it. We have to take it on the chin. You know, well done to Hungerford. Good luck to them, and we have to start again on Saturday.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian. So we start again on Saturday. As I say, it's the Concord Rangers kick off down on Canterbury Island at 3 p.m. in National League South.